Dangers of technology, society's naive trust in science. Not in a million years. How many times have we all heard this? All too often it relates to technology and its inability to perform as designed and intended. History is littered with the disasters of technology, yet we forge on without thought nor reflection of what might possibly go wrong. Humanity has not prevailed against the aftermath of technology with much success. Let's consider several of the historic failures of technology. The sinking of the Titanic on its maiden voyage, which was supposed to be unsinkable, illustrates humanity's naive trust in presumed science. The Ronan Point collapse of a 22-story building in 1968 due to building design flaws further shows how the presumed science can fail to deliver. Several dams, such as the Teton Dam in Idaho, have failed, causing loss of property and life. Bridge failures, such as in Minnesota, also exemplify a naive trust in technology. The discrepancy between witnesses and experts in this case illustrates the failings of technology on occasions which can be devastating to human life. Another great example of the best technology failing to perform is the Space Shuttle program. The Columbia shuttle disintegrated on re-entry due to a design flaw in the protective shielding. Before that, the Shuttle Challenger met an unfortunate demise due to a known faulty O-ring between the engines and fuel tanks. However, engineers' warnings weren't unheeded by administrative executives due to financial and political pressures to launch an already delayed mission. But many more disasters related to failed technology have been far more dangerous. 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, and Fukushima are perfect examples of ongoing disasters caused by naive trust in technology and science. The toxic levels of radiation released from each of these disasters will haunt humanity for centuries to come. Other technological disasters are common, though, such as the Union Carbide disaster in Bhopal, India, that killed over 30,000 in 1984 due to their toxic spilling of gases. This tragedy could have been prevented if safety had trumped profits. The BP Gulf oil spill is another example of technology failing to perform as expected. The crude oil released there will have untold consequences to the sea life and those that depend upon it for centuries. The untested dispersants used by PP had not performed as intended. The sheer magnitude of this disaster and its impacts on the environment can only be speculated. However, other current technologies have far greater consequences. Another example of modern technology that has severe consequences is cell phones and the related wireless technology. Cell phone towers and cell phones emit very strong radioactive microwave frequencies that alter the surrounding environments. Its effects have been proven to be detrimental to bee sensory abilities in European studies. The bee populations have been steadily disappearing, possibly as a result of the radioactive waves bombarding them. Could it be they are leaving for better conditions? Unfortunately, this leaves the farmer with no crop germination, thus no produce for markets. There will be no food at diners or in stores. Those who will suffer most will have had nothing to do with the causes or decisions for which they pay. Another example of how cell phone signals harm society is in human usage, which has some astonishing effects on the human body. Many independent studies have shown that the radioactive microwaves emitted from cell phones have damaging effects to the human brain, causing tumors and numerous other ailments that require surgery. Of course, this is something that is kept from the public in America. That is because the multinational corporations are more concerned with profits than public safety or customers. It is just too bad that such greed is not rewarded appropriately. Some additional current dangers for society from this naive trust in technology and science is natural gas drilling or fracking. The pumping of chemicals into the ground under extreme pressure is destroying the water supply from within the ground. Technology has put humanity in a head-on crash with the environment, which inevitably will be our downfall. What of the future? Do the Merlins of today really have everything under control? Are their self-interests selling out the public's safety? This graph shows how the rate of technological disasters has increased exponentially along with the technology. Thus, one can conclude that technology is not any safer or smarter, it is just more prevalent. This graph shows just how many people have died from the failings of technology. Unfortunately, these charts do not account for recent disasters, such as the BP Gulf oil spill or the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster. The death tolls climb higher and higher as technology becomes more and more advanced. As we look towards the future, what might we expect? What should we be aware of? What dangers lay ahead? What sort of technology will be released upon society next? Biorobotics seems to be a logical answer. Exoskeletons are already in advanced development stages. And mind control of biological entities through robotic devices is also a reality. Nanotechnology presents even more astonishing abilities, and its advancement is exponential. This chart shows just how widespread its uses are in today's society. But what happens when that technology fails us, as most do? Biorobotics can manipulate the genetic structures of humans from within through nanotechnology. These smaller than atom structures can also self-replicate while inside a person. What sort of consequences could be in store for people if these malfunction or become self-aware like other modern technology? What might become of humanity? Will the unforeseen consequences of future technologies pale the disasters of yesterday, such as Chernobyl or Fukushima? These once lush playgrounds have become toxic wastelands. The wild boar that live in the forest of Germany to this day have radiation levels that are thousands of times the standard set by authorities. Oddly, the level of acceptable radiation keeps increasing, and the level of global residual or background radiation is now 4 times what it was before the development of nuclear energy. How does anyone know this will not occur to humans? Or what about this? What will be the long-term effects of such high levels of radiation that the ozone layer traditionally protected us from, but is now imposed upon us by ourselves? Could it be our self-destruction? Society needs to seriously consider the consequences of technology across the full spectrum of reality. The exponential development of technology already prevents us from fully understanding its repercussions before it becomes obsolete. This is the singularity effect. What we decide today has serious repercussions for those of tomorrow. We must contemplate the technologies we choose to implement and those we consider too dangerous for lack of our understanding. Thank you for your time during this presentation.